routine, and that is world class. There's no doubt about that.
Terrific performance, Philippe Rizzo.
Stoop in, endo, half turn. Look at this, pops it up, 1.5 twist right there to catch the bar. And there's another view of that element. Really is a joy to watch on this apparatus. Pops it right up in the air, 2 twists, perfect positioning, spots that landing.
And man, he stuck.
He did.
And Warwick Forbes, the Australian coach, very quickly coming up to congratulate him. And his score, a 9.1 on the rings.
Now here's a rings worker, the Commonwealth Games champion on this apparatus from 1994, Lee McDermit, and he's tipped to fight it out for the gold medal on this apparatus. Magnificent strength. Starting with a superb inverted cross. Look at that line, straight line across, straight into what's called Maltese cross, and second one in a row, beautifully done. Layout Gazorki. Precision is very important on rings. He just lost a little bit there. Front giant. And now, oops, and I know he's had a very bad ankle, and the coach actually said beforehand he probably wouldn't attempt the full dismount. So even with that relatively simple dismount, look at that. Magnificent body line there.
Lee McDermit. This is a very impressive routine.
And just the simple dismount, he'll lose a little bit on the composition for that.
Yeah, and the same to you. Lee. It was a good effort. Now, here's Philippe Rizzo. We wait for his score, a 9.2. Philippe, that's a great score for Australia. Lee McDermit with a 9.275. for the rings. Now here's Andre Katzov for Australia.
Katzov potentially for this routine out of 9.9. Whoa. Stoop in, fall. He's struggling a little bit here in the first part. Katzov, Ginger, good combination. Stoop, half. Inverts. Now he'll wind up for his dismount. Good fighting routine.
Yes.
And the important thing here, he's posted that routine. He's been suffering from sore biceps tendon, very sore, and I think some of this pirouette work during the routine would have been difficult for him, knowing the state of his shoulder. But he certainly is a very strong competitor. And that's, I think, why we're seeing a couple of these pirouettes off direction. But let's see this Katzov Ginger combination. Tiny bit close. Taps it up, late double twist, spots the landing.
Katzov score coming up, a 9.05 for Andrei Katzov. It's going to be close, folks, but by my calculations, Australia is still a narrow leader.
And Ian, right on the money as usual there after the second rotation at the men's gymnastics. Australia leading 54.90, England 54.675, moving into second place after the second rotation.
Have you with us at the Commonwealth Games Gymnastics here on Nine's Wide World of Sports. We're watching Australia's Brennan D'K. The Australians are on the floor in this particular rotation. I can reveal to you Australia a narrow leader.
Brennan opening with an Arabian 1 3/4 salto. Beautiful Russian V-sit. Pressing right up to handstand. Front layout, front full to prone. Little bit fast going forwards. Flare, Gogolatse, 2 in a row. Flare spindle. And that shows you the transfer from Commonwealth, which is so magnificent on coming through to floor. Taking a breather in the corner, the scale. Now needs to pop this up just the right amount. Double tuck. Ooh, a bit of a nervous finish, but once again on his feet. Very hard to judge at the end of the floor.
Brennan D'K, the first man away for Australia on the floor.
And here's his flare circles. Going up to handstand. That's called Gogolatse when they do the flare, and back up to handstand, named after the gymnast who first performed it at world level, and then moving in flares, spindles. Here he comes with his dismount. Pushes it back a little bit too far, hips come up, but he's on his feet, and that's the important thing.
Australia 54.99 after 2 rotations. England is next. 54.675, so that's a .225 lead for Australia. Nothing in it. Canada third, 53.75. To the English team vaulting. John Smethurst, the first vaulter.
And he's attempting a Kazamatsu straight, which is a start score of 9.4. Okay, he's on his feet. Technically, some errors in there. So the first part, not too bad, and really quite piked in the second half, and almost tucks his knees as he's coming into the floor. You'll notice the markings on the floor here, parallel lines to show the sideways direction that they can take, and the cross lines, if they get right past the end line, there's no deductions for distance, makes it easier for the judges. So technically some errors. See, they're reasonable height, but the body shape isn't too good.
Hello, Ellen. Up in Sunderland.
Smethurst with a 9.0.
Up in Sunderland, yeah.
So pretty good out of a 9.4.
And now Brennan D'K, his score for his floor routine, just about to come to hand now. 8.425. Now Philippe Rizzo for Australia, second man on the floor in this, the third rotation.
Rizzo, a possible start score of 9.5. Whip, 1.5. Oh, he's on his seat. Badly mistimed.